Chan, Megan,
조앤입니다. 안녕하세요. 익스체인지 첸 29번째 시간입니다. Hi, Megan.
Hi, Joanne.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you too. Sorry, my 안녕하세요 was not very good in the beginning.
Oh, I don't think so. It's very good by degrees.
By degrees. Sometimes I think like as language learner, I think Koreans are very generous about like when you speak the language. I'm like, maybe sometimes yes, it's good to encourage speaking, but as someone who wants to really learn it, like I want encouragement, but also like tell me when I'm wrong. Like, I know that I can't say everything perfectly, and I'll probably still have an accent, but if it's bad, be like, girl, fix it.
But your pronunciation in 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
Yeah, getting better and better.
I'm trying. I think in the beginning.
Similar to nature. Natives. Sorry.
Thank you. I think I just get a little nervous in the beginning because it's just, I'm starting in a foreign language.
Foreign language. You can feel the nervousness
I
when
think,
speaking foreign language.
well,
I always felt,
so. Which is wild because, like, thank you for now speaking a foreign language to me. Thank you. But are you well?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. No. Are you? Are you doing well?
I don't think so.
What's wrong?
Okay, let's begin.
She's not doing well. I'm scared of Korean. Let's go.
Okay.
What's up? What are we talking about?
Yeah, last episode we were talking about motherhood.
Yes.
And then as a kind of connected subject. And then we will talk about mother's work.
Yeah. So kind of digging a bit more into it, but also you as mother and the work that you've done, me experiencing my mother and what she's done.
Yeah, that's right.
And also my choice to not be mother right now or if ever. And so I think, let's dive in. Let's go.
And then it could be a very good time for you and me.
Yeah.
And then to think about our mother's work again.
Yeah.
I already passed that kind of thing. But not finished.
Yeah, well, I think like as something that not all parents do gracefully is transition into being parents to adult children. Like if they have the privilege to be a parent to adult children who speak to them, you have to parent them differently. And it's not really parenting, it's being companion more and encouraging rather than simply like right, wrong, this is so but yeah, let's for sure.
So when I have some time to listen to our past 2 episodes about the second part, and then I feel that we talked about a little bit how can I say regretful side of the mother's work from the daughter's side.
Yeah, which I think is okay. I think, especially, I mean, again, I'm using binary again, which I don't mean to do, but women often were told to kind of be everyone's friend. Like, oh, well, we can have this opinion, but this opinion is also valid. And I don't want to, I think it's good to see things from multiple sides and consider a lot of things, but it's also dangerous to, and a lot of emotional labor that I think mothers go through a lot too, and women in general, of having to hold all the opinions of everything and for it all to be okay.
That's right.
And we can't do that. Like that's exhausting. I've dealt with it even not technically as a mother. I've dealt with this a lot and I think it's so harmful and it's like I'm still releasing it. Like sometimes even today I'm just like like it's so heavy to do that. So I think it's okay to have regret and or not regret, rather having had some hardship of mother and have mother wounds and say like that, I don't agree with that. I think, and if I am mother, I want to change that. I want to break that cycle because it has lived in me now because of my mother. But also realizing like mom is just a girl doing her thing. And she did her best, but I can disagree with what her best was. Yeah.
So I don't think that, every mother, every woman can be so take some objective attitude for their caring about their children's. But I think that we have to think about the mother's work from the many sides. And then this time I'd like to think about mother's work to put ourselves in their shoes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also, you don't fully have to do that because you have been mother.
Already, I'm a mother.
You're
already
a mother.
I'm a mother.
And so maybe that's where we can really start. Like, because like I said, I think it is good to be... It's okay to be critical. It's okay to think about these things and challenge. While also, like, this is... Everyone comes out of a person, which is usually mother. And whether you have a connection to that or not, like, usually they're doing their best. And if they're not, like, that's the mother. So not everyone's perfect and no one is perfect. And so... I think, let's talk about, or at least start with, like, your experience, like that kind of work that you put in as mother.
So to look back, what I did
yeah.
as a mother, I cannot imagine that kinds of thing, how I can do that, how I deal with.
I mean, your brain just like switches and takes over to like care for this little human. Yeah. So what's like an average day when your children were young?
When my children
like going
young?
To school, yeah.
Oh, so hectic day. I have to remember that.
Oh no. But like,
okay.
Like,
then from the very beginning of the morning,
Yeah.
as soon as I wake up,
yeah.
I need some time. Not every day, but sometimes I needed some time, a little bit, to think about the last day, and then some things to be regretful thing, and then
so you wake up in a lot of dread. Got it.
And then some things to the list.
Okay.
And then sometimes I needed some special time when. Especially on weekends, to study some English words.
Okay.
And then some shorts. It takes a lot of time sometimes.
Yeah.
And then after that, maybe from 6, maybe around 6.
6 a.m.
Yeah, 6 a.m.
So you're up before that.
Yeah. I wake up.
Okay.
I always wake up before that.
Right on.
And then after 6 or a little bit later of the 6. I have to prepare some cooking, real mother's work.
Yeah, some home cooking for your children. Okay.
Yeah, home cooking. And then I always, my best effort to do my cooking with some fresh materials because of my family members' health side.
Okay.
And then I always trying to use the all nutrients of the original material.
Yeah, so in English, we would say whole foods.
Yeah, whole food.
Whole foods. So
whole
like
food.
A cucumber, some broccoli, some bitter greens. Yeah.
So to make that kinds of, to prepare that kinds of material means that I have to go shopping, go to the market every other day or so often. Not so huge supermarket because they stored it a little bit longer than traditional market. So and then after coming back from the shopping, I have to to clean all of that. And then a lot of vegetables. We need the several kinds of side dishes, Korean food.
If you're cooking traditional Korean food, yes.
So it means we need a lot of efforts and time to prepare that.
Yeah.
And then after cleaning all the things, and then boil it, fried it,
all of it,
a lot of steps, and then
so much.
So
Did
much.
you do that? I mean, this is exchange, Chan, and so exchange here. I didn't grow up in a Korean household, and so I am unfamiliar with some of the effort that goes into Korean side dishes. They're delicious to eat, but I haven't cooked many of them. So is it possible to, sometimes I think it can, we have this term of meal prep, right? So you have to prepare them. You can prepare them in advance. Like kimchi obviously is one that you have to, like that has to ferment. But with other side dishes, do you have to make them every day, or could you make like a lot in the beginning of the week and it lasts the whole week?
So more often than not, I made some basic side dishes, the several ones, and then plus the everyday some fresh side dishes.
Okay, so you had like understood.
Time to time.
Okay, so there was some preparation in the beginning, and then or earlier in the week that you had for the whole week, and then every day you would also make some fresh things. Okay, understood. So there's extra work on one of the days, and then daily work. Okay, so there's lots of cooking.
Yeah, so after waking up, I prepare a lot of the side
food,
dishes for my family members, get ready for their work or their schools. And then the breakfast is a little bit meaningful to humans, I think, because I'm actually kind of a guy that I didn't have breakfast before, but after that I felt some kind of dozy feeling. After a lot of lunch, because when I passed the breakfast, I intended to have a lot of lunch, and then after that I feel some sleepy always, and then get some out of energy sometimes, and so I feel that this is not so good attitude for my life, for my bodies, and so I changed my way, and then I asked all my family members to have some breakfast, and then we all agrees. And then that means that I have to prepare the breakfast too.
I want you to eat breakfast, so now you got to cook it for everyone. Okay, but I think it is special. I didn't always have meals with family growing up. We would have some family meals, but especially when we got older, we didn't eat dinner together because we all had different schedules.
You didn't eat dinner together.
So I would just like eat by myself.
Oh,
yeah, or like my sister and I would get home. Well, no, we were in different sports, and so you just kind of like get home when you get home, and you just like heat up some food and you sit in front of the TV, or you do it while you eat home, or you eat while you do homework. So I didn't always have family meals. So I especially breakfast, absolutely not. Usually you're running out the door and you eat something in the car. So I think that's really special that you and your family, or you decided that like, okay, I want all of us to eat breakfast, and that you're all eating together. I think that's really special.
Oh yeah, and then I think that from the many TV programs of the Western style life, and then they showed up some kinds of breakfast. They don't often show some kind of meet together for breakfast, but they absolutely meet together for dinners. No, especially for dinners.
It depends. I think it depends on every family. I think film is film can be very truthful within its exaggeration. Yes, sometimes is storytelling in film. The truth is crazier than fiction. Like whenever I tell some stories, I'm like, oh, I don't need to because I write as well, and I'm like, maybe I don't tone it down, but some people think I'm lying. I'm like, no, it literally happened that way. It actually was crazier. I just didn't tell you everything. But I think like sometimes there's it either is a reality for the maker of the film that was, or an ideal
idea.
But yeah, I think every family is different. My family did have some meals together, but then not really. So whenever in the past when I used to visit them, because I've often eaten by myself, like for me, sharing a meal with someone is really important, because I haven't had a lot of my life where I've most of my meals I've eaten alone. And so I find it really special when I have a meal with someone. Please don't be on your phone when you're hanging out with me, because like I'm giving you all of my attention. Give me yours.
But for me, I felt from my body condition that we need breakfast.
Yes, I think so, it's always different. But yeah, I think when you find what works for you, I've had moments where I don't eat breakfast and my body hasn't needed it. But now, like lately, for sure, I need like I definitely am in a breakfast mode. I might wait a couple hours, but like I eat breakfast. I think it's important for me now, and I think it's a good way to fuel your day, especially children. You're talking about children. You're talking about mother.
That's right.
Gifting your children nutritious food so their brains can grow.
Yeah,
that's great.
That's right.
That's so nice.
And then
thanks,
for
Mom.
my kids, I'd like to give them the best things that I have.
Yeah.
And then,
like, would you? Because alongside breakfast, you also had to, when they were young, you had to help them get dressed for school.
Yeah, of course. When they were so too young, I have to give some help to get dressed. But a little bit grown up,
then they can get ready.
Yeah, they can. They themselves can do that. And then I just doing my work, and especially for cooking. Yes. And then asking them to have some breakfast. Yes. And then, but they don't always get some breakfast.
Why?
Because they don't feel that, like mine. Because they don't think that the breakfast is necessary for their health. Okay. But me.
Got it.
But I'm always asking, as your mother.
Yes, please eat. Yeah.
And then forced to eat the breakfast, and then after that, they all rush around to
get
always
ready,
every morning,
and
then say goodbye, and then running away from the house.
Yes, as they do.
And then, left alone in my house.
Yes.
A lot of things mess up.
Got it.
Yeah. And then a lot of laundry, and then cleaning, and then the dishes. A lot of dishes left. And then so it means that I have to put my energy and time to do that. Yes. To do that. And then I need sometimes of small talk with my friends or some comrades. Comrades,
your comrades.
Same housewives.
Yeah.
Because
it's important.
Yeah, because in Korea, we as a housewife and then mother of some kids, we need some good information about how raise our kids. Yeah. And then what kind of educational institution. We send our children to some private educational institution.
I mean, that's a huge pressure in Korea.
That's right. I don't want to talk about that. Okay. because there's a lot of things to talk about that. Yeah. So if I spend all night to talk about that, it will not cover. It will not cover everything.
We might need all week.
All weeks.
All week, and then another week.
Yeah, so it could be another episode for especially.
Oh God, I would
set aside.
But I would gladly talk about that, because like thinking about mother's labor, right? Because you're then also probably cooking dinner. You're if you're an attentive mother, you're probably also helping your kids with homework, or getting them prepared for school the next day, or it's a lot of labor of cooking and cleaning, but even the emotional labor of worrying about where to send your kids to school, making sure, are you healthy and eating breakfast? Are you all happy and healthy to enjoy your day? That's a lot of emotional labor. And if you don't have a supportive husband or spouse, that's even more emotional labor that you have to take care of him. We don't need to get into that, but like that is a huge issue in our world a lot of times.
That's exactly the point that I need.
Yeah.
I need some friends to talk about. Because, I always, as a one of housewives, I always get some kind of, how can I say, so emotional garbage.
Yeah.
From
and you don't want to put it on your children.
Yeah, that's right. So from some relationship with my family members.
Yeah.
And then some always happens, arguings, and then some differences in opinions.
Yeah.
Always. So that makes leave some kind of emotional garbages to especially to the housewives.
And because I think I hesitate to call it garbage, because that also puts pressure on housewives, mothers, that their feelings are garbage, which is not true. I think we need to get rid of that. I don't want to perpetuate that in society, that a mother's feelings and emotions are awful and she should hide them. No, that's a lot of work to do, a lot of labor, a lot of emotional labor. And community is just important in general. Being able to vent is like such a healthy way to get rid of some of that.
That's right.
And being there for each other. Yes, within other communities of house or whatever, there can be competition, which also isn't healthy, and then like women are pitted against each other and they fight. And
how could you empathize that kinds of feeling?
And
you
not being a mother.
Not
I'm
a mother.
Smart lady. No, but
yes, I agree.
I study this a lot, but also I'm putting experiences I've had, because I see the correlations between motherhood and experiences I've had. Also, it's why I've chosen not to undergo motherhood now, maybe ever, because I reject certain aspects of like how women have been pitted against each other, and it's really prevalent in mothers and motherhood that they have to have their kids in competition with each other, which is so unhealthy. My sister and I are only like 16 months apart, like we're really close in age, and my mother was an identical twin, and so was raised as a twin. She raised us as twins, and she like kind of pitted us against each other, like put us in competition and made us like be something neither of us were, and it made my sister and I not speak to each other for like 10 years.
Oh,
so
really?
I mean, it just was not good, and so like it's one of those cycles that neither of us have wanted to perpetuate to our children, or for me, if I don't have kids, like other people, of this, like it's so unhelpful to have to make children compete. Like it's not okay.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, I mean, competition's fine in some ways.
Absolutely, it happens.
Yeah. So meaning I've had those experiences just in other ways, and I'm very observant. I'm an artist. Like we observe the world and we experience the world really intensely and from a certain perspective. And these are some of the perspectives I've had. I grew up in a way that, of course, I understand it. I see it. I've experienced motherhood, both as daughter, both from contemplating it and from just like observing. So yeah.
And then I don't know exactly, but the case of my husband or my children, they go out after some arguing or some disconnection, and then they go out and then meet some others as a friend, as a the company, and then they share their minds or their emotions, and then get some agreement from other people. But housewives, they don't have to spill out.
I think that's such a, I don't know, I haven't experienced Korean society, so I don't know what it's like here, but from what I hear you saying, it seems especially intense. I think there is a brand of patriarchy here, and that is really harmful to mothers and motherhood. And so that's where like then finding community, because like what happens so often with like women who find community is like, oh, they're just catty and they're just bitching about. It's like, and we're shat on, excuse all my like profanity, but we are just like poo-pooed for simply wanting to release some of this that has been put on us. And sure, sometimes like you want your children to eat well, and so you are going to take on the labor of cooking for them, just as I take on the labor of cooking for myself, because I want to fuel my body. But like that, so that's something you're gladly putting on, but then people also kind of expect you to do that, because otherwise you're a bad mother for like my mother didn't cook, and like some people saw her as a bad mother for that. So yeah, you never win. Yeah. But
so and then sometimes I've been heard that from my family members about the breakfast. They often blames me about not salty enough, not sweet enough, not sweet enough.
I mean, it's always that criticism.
Yeah, the same as the outside of meals.
Yeah.
And then they complain a lot.
Yeah.
And then they don't want to have that. Yeah. And then after listen to that kinds of blameness, some kind of complaint to me, and then it kind of hurts.
Yeah, I think.
And then they left. That's all. They left.
Well, I think that's part of the emotional labor. I mean, and I need to think about that more. But I do think that like and I might change my opinion later, but I have a feeling that like, yes, motherhood, there's like, is this criticism within it, and they just feel like, because like if they're children, it's like, well, that's mom, like this is this adult taking care of me, and so it kind of feels like I need my opinion heard, and mother has to like take it. Fine. I think where the danger comes in is when there isn't appreciation, especially from hopefully if there is another adult there, like that's the other adults, like the spouse, the husband, like that's their responsibility to make sure that mother does feel taken care of and feel that mother is appreciated. Because if there is at least some level of appreciation, then you can take the criticism more. I think like there's been a lot of times in my life where if I just have like a hug, I can really take you telling me, hey, that was like not okay, or like this, I didn't like this about what you did. Or can you cook that differently, that it just wasn't as good. I can take that a lot more if there's other appreciation that's happening. And I think mothers don't always receive that, especially if they're not in a healthy marriage, spousehood, or if they're by themselves. And that can be really hard to carry all that labor. Yeah.
And then especially in that moment, every family member is left over without touching the food I prepared all morning, what did I feel?
Yeah.
What did I feel?
Yeah.
And then, how did I feel?
Yeah.
I felt a little bit, the energyless, and then emptiness. And then I pick up the phone. That's the only way. Help. And then, how do you feel? And then I call to my friend. Or comrade, and then give me some sharing some feeling, and then some agreement. And because she felt that kinds of similar feeling from her family members, I know that.
Well, just think about that interaction right there. That is literally just feeling seen. And I think a lot of times mothers feel invisible, right? Because we are sexual objects until we birth a child, and then we're not, or we're a MILF and like still that. But I think just that's a very human desire and need, and especially when you are a mother, which does require giving a lot of yourself, to then feel seen is also needed, as just because mother is also human.
Yeah, also humans. Yeah. We are all humans. So after that, they're leaving. I felt some very loneliness. a kind of loneliness. And then I shared my poor situation with my friends through the line. And then I drained my garbage a little bit. and then I got some energies from that conversation. And then I look around my situation. There are a lot of work to do. Still.
I mean, you only can do so much. You only can carry so much on your back. And so getting rid of some of that emotion and feeling, or not getting rid of, but it is getting rid of it, but you're shedding it through talking about it. Do I also, like, where I get really critical of some things is I want to challenge society to be like, hey, it's okay that people do this. It's okay that we have emotions and we feel and we're not perfect and we need to talk about it and we need community and mothers need to be seen and heard. And there are some pressures mothers undergo and some labor they take on that they shouldn't have to do. And if they have a partner, especially if it's a man who wants to spread his seed with her, he should take on some of that labor too. So there needs to be, we need to challenge that as well. But this is what we have and we can challenge that, but like also call your friend. Call your friend and say, hi, it was really heavy today that I made all this delicious, these delicious side dishes and my children didn't touch them. Like, and now I have to eat them, or like, yeah.
Get me angry.
Yeah, and it's okay. Like,
and then you know that takes time.
Yeah.
That takes time.
It takes
2 hours, 3 hours, that takes time. So always you know, getting time is matter.
Yeah.
And then after that, you know, even though we get some meetup with some friends,
Yes.
and then let's meet, please come out.
Yeah.
And some friends called me and then said to me, and then I just rush it to prepare myself and then go out to meet my friends and then have some very eagerly some small talks about my dissatisfaction.
Yeah.
But you know, the worst thing, the saddest thing is, by the time their kids, by the time when it's time for their kids to come back, she always hurried to come back. When I can find out that kinds of scene, it makes me some kind of, I don't know exact what I said, but a kind of sadness.
So do
from
you
that
sometimes
scenes.
feel like they have, you mean that she has to rush back?
Yeah, rush back.
Especially when you're feeling so unappreciated and then have to go back to the situation where you feel unappreciated.
Even though we have a lot of opinions and then a lot of disagreement or complaints about our you know, the family members' attitude to us housewives, mom, but our right place is just in the middle of them. And then we always do our duty, we can say that, duty for them. And then we have to serve our family members as this kind of a basic supporters for other family members. That's not changing.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely have some opinions on that, but let's shed some of this emotion briefly and listen to a song, and then we'll come back to it. Okay, so our first song today is Make It Out Alive by One OK Rock.
Run away, run away, run away. You don't know who to run from. Nowhere to go, nowhere to go, nowhere to go. No road is left to run. No. I was born with horns. Demons couldn't shake me up. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it on. 'Cause we haven't had enough.
네, 여러분은 지금 91.3MHz 서대문 공동체 FM 라디오의 엑스체인지 첸첸 채널 듣고 계십니다. 이는 서대문 공동체 라디오 플러그인에 의해 만들어지고 있습니다. 저희는 특히 다문화 가정 및 서대문 지역에 거주하는 외국인들에게 도움을 드리고자 만들어진 프로그램으로서 여러분들에게 다양한 얘기로 참여하실 수 있는 기회를 드리고 있어요. 저희 메일 주소 알려드리겠습니다. exchange1-@naver.com입니다. 그리고 광고 하나 더 하겠습니다. 서대문 지역에 사시는 외국인으로서 한국의 음식이나 언어 교환을 원하시는 분들이 계시면 참여하실 수 있는 조그만 단체 알려드리려고요. K줌마라고 한국인 아줌마들의 모임인데요. 영어 연습을 하고 있는 단체인데 구성원 분들이 서대문 지역에 오래 살고 계신 아줌마 분들이어서 음식에 대해서는 물론이고 서대문 지역에 대해서도 빠삭하신 분들이세요. 그래서 한국어를 정기적으로 연습하고 싶으시거나 여기서 사는 여러 정보들을 듣고 싶으실 때 도움을 드릴 수 있는 그룹입니다. 저희에게 연락 주시면 연결시켜 드립니다. 관심과 참여 부탁드립니다. Here is a personal advertisement that I can tell you if there are any foreigners living in 서대문 who want to exchange Korean food practicing or Korean language regularly. I will let you know a small group Kjuma. Kjuma is a meetups of Korean lady homemakers as a group practicing English and living the area also. They are knowledgeable about the local area and they can help foreigners living in this area practice Korean food, know Korean spirituality, and give useful various information about living here. If you need any of these, please feel free to reach out to us. We will connect you to them. Thank you.
Thank you. So I said that I had opinions on what we were talking about
Go ahead.
earlier. Yeah, so I, as I've mentioned, I don't speak to my family, especially my mother. And as we've noted, like I can be critical of motherhood and the experience of being raised by a mother. And so, yes, I am critical, but what I'm also critical of even more so is the environment mothers are in society. So you're saying like it's a mother's duty to do this. And I'm like, yes, I think there is a beautiful motherly responsibility. If you take on motherhood, you are taking on the responsibility of being mother. What I'm critical of at times, or not critical, what I like to challenge rather, is what these pressures that we put on mother. And that like I had said that sometimes there's the criticism of, oh gosh, you can't have big feelings about your kids not eating your food. Like I think that's wrong. I think also that I was introduced once that there's I haven't read it. I haven't had the opportunity to read it, but there was someone who did wrote and did study on the bad mother, that all mothers are bad mothers technically, because you can never be perfect, because even though that's what a lot of people want mothers to be, is perfect. And so I think some people crumble under the pressure of being mother, or the duty that we feel mothers feel that they're supposed to have. Like, what if a mother doesn't have the money or the time or the energy, or is undergoing postpartum depression and can't cook a beautiful meal with whole foods like you did? Or what if they don't have the money and they have to work, and so their emotions and life is just kind of on edge all the time, and so they maybe can't always give the warmth that they would want to a child. And so I challenge the societal and like the views of mother and these pressures we put on mother, but also like why some people who are mothers shouldn't be mother, and but they feel they have to do that and uphold this thing of like, oh, I can give birth. It's like, no, you're just giving birth and you're not taking on the responsibility of mother, because maybe you shouldn't be mother. So I'm more critical of or at least I question more of what goes into duty of mother, because sometimes I think there's too much pressure on mother and just a human being mother. So that's what when I say I have strong opinions, or at least maybe I do criticize, challenge. I'm sometimes irreverent. Maybe to some people they view me as irreverent, or that I'm not viewing or not validating what they went through as mother. But I'm like, no, I think even in some cases, I'm going to make a bold statement here. I think I've thought more about motherhood than most mothers by choosing not to have a child. I think I've thought about motherhood more than most people who actually are mothers, because I've consciously made that choice to not, I haven't wanted to take on that responsibility because I know what I would want to go into it, and I know where I lacked or where I felt lack from my own mother, and how I haven't wanted to pass on what she perpetuated, but also the pressure of society of what like is put on women, mothers. No. So yeah, that's why those are some things I think about.
And then for me, I have a little different.
Yeah, of course.
A little different.
We
opinion.
are different people.
Oh, yeah, and then we can have some another time to talk about this kind of opinions.
Yeah.
But to be a sacrificed mother, it's done by mothers themselves, not the pressure of the ritual, societal or some beliefs. And then for me, I think in my case, and then I just to choose by myself, and then I just from my intention to choose, because somebody to have to do this kind of a basic housework,
Unless
then,
you can pay someone else to do it.
yeah.
Well, some people have that experience where like I have enough people in my life who are like, yeah, I was pretty much raised by a nanny. And I'm like, oh God, okay. Like my mother had us. I've been doing house chores since I was the housekeeper since I was like 4. So everyone has different experiences. Yeah.
And then actually I can say that it's a kind of sacrifice and then some kind of devotion to our own family members. But it's something that somebody has to do that for other members.
But that's where my challenge comes in, because I agree, like I think if you have that freedom and there's no other baggage of society, of patriarchy, of your partner, yes, I think there's also that natural instinct of, especially if you do give birth, there's that natural, your brain literally changes to want to provide for this little being. In most cases, like sometimes there's other conversations about when that doesn't happen, but no, that's true. I do this in my daily life as well. I'm like, am I making this choice because I am consciously choosing it, or what? Is it also influenced by something else? Is it both? Is it something else? Is it all of it? And so that's what I question, because you can have this natural desire, this devotion, this duty that you want to fulfill for these little beings that came out of your body, that you incubated for so long. But also, is some of that also learned behavior? And that's where like generational trauma or societal trauma, which is generational trauma, like comes in, and that's why I question the outside. And I've chosen the right job for it as artists. Like that's what we're here, is to question. But it's not comfortable, because like sometimes, like you're saying, like some people can go the opposite way and go, I chose this, so why would you challenge my choice? I'm like, but was it fully your choice? It can be maybe a lot of your choice, but are you also is some of that duty that actually should be on your husband. Let's say he should have some of that responsibility, but he hasn't taken on that responsibility because that pressure has been put on you historically or with people like you, mothers. That's my challenge. I'm not denying that. Like, cause I feel like if I popped out a baby right now, I'd probably have a huge natural thing to be, oh my, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to sacrifice certain things in my life. And my artist, that's inherently a little selfish. Yes. Which I would also do. But there would be a natural thing. Would I also challenge, like, would I want to be in partnership with someone if they're not going to take on some responsibility? No. I would rather be a single mother than do that. So that's what I would then challenge is like, yes, I'm doing some of this out of instinct, but am I also putting up with other emotional labor that maybe someone else in my life or society is making me do and choose? No. And that's where bad mother comes in, because I would be seen as a bad mother in society's eyes for going against
a good word.
it. Yeah. Yeah. There's so much pressure on mother. And that's what I'm here to question. Yeah.
Okay, then. I think that, the bad mother, I'm so interested in that word.
Really?
You mentioned.
In that phrase. Yeah, yeah.
And then I think that we'd better go forward for that word for the next time.
Great. I'll happily talk about bad mothers because I think it's an issue because you mentioned last time, like, we talked about grievances and harm and hurt that we felt from our mothers, and technically that's like bad mother. And I've asked you questions before about, like, where maybe did you feel you have felt like you were a bad mother to your children, or things that you maybe you call it regret toward your children. I think there's so much pressure on mothers to be perfect, and they can't be. That's why I do have my art is kind of my baby, and I'm in service to that, and so that occupies a lot of my priority at the minute, which is, yes, one reason I haven't been mother, but also there is that pressure of, like, can I try and be as good of a mother as I could be? And I don't know, like, that's a bit of a scary pressure at times. And I think that's where, even though I talk about I am estranged from family, and I do feel that my upbringing, I mean, has given me brain damage because of the harm and the trauma it caused. But that also means that I do have empathy and warmth toward my mother, even if I disagree with a lot of what she represents and who she is. So it's such a complicated situation, because you have to hold this tension between the two of saying, hi, to me, you were a bad mother. I love you, but I can't be in relationship with you. And that's a really hard tension, because I, want to realize where she did the best she could, but what she prioritized and did was not good for me, and is something I would never want to give anyone else.
It's so conflicting.
It's so conflicting. And I think that's kind of motherhood right there. And human, like, there's that, a lot of people want us to, one or the other, you should hate your mom. And I'm like, I don't hate her, but I also don't want to be in relationship with her right now, if ever. And that's also okay. So I think motherhood is so complicated. I bravo for you for doing it. Like, not everyone can do it, and not everyone should do it. Really, I don't think everyone should be a mother. And God, no.
And for me, and then I think that almost all Korean women, as a mom, we cannot give up a perfect mother for our kids. But my husband.
Right? And then now, I mean, we have to get going soon, but like, add the extra layer of having to parent your husband. Get out. Why do you think I'm single? Get out of here.
Don't talk to that.
I am not parenting another human. Like, you have to meet my standard of I'm not here to parent you. I will love and like if you have some things to work through, I will gladly be there for you. But if I have to parent you, get out of my life. I had to parent myself. I'm not parenting. No.
Okay, we have a lot to talk
lot
about
to talk
that.
about. It just keeps flowing on to the next. But for now, should we say goodbye? Let me introduce our last song, and then we can go. So our last song is called Untouched by the Veronicas.
Okay.
So see you next time.
See you next time.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So much. See you, breathe you, I want to be you. Ah, la, 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 ah, la, la, la. You can take